The music industry, a full documentary introduction. Music has always been one of humanity's most powerful forms of expression. Long before written language, people communicated emotion, culture, and history through rhythm and melody. Over thousands of years, music evolved from tribal drums and ceremonial chants into a global multi-billion-dollar industry. Today, the music industry connects billions of people worldwide through streaming platforms, concerts, radio, and social media. But behind the glamour of global superstars lies a complex system of creativity, technology, business, and power. This is the story of how the music industry was born, how it grew into a global empire, and how it continues to evolve in the digital age. Chapter 1: Music Before the Industry. Before there was a music industry, there was simply music. In ancient civilizations like ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, and Mesopotamia, music played an important role in religion, storytelling, and cultural identity. Musicians performed live for kings, temples, and communities. There was no recording technology, meaning music only existed in the moment it was played. The word music industry would have meant nothing then. Music was not a product, it was a shared human experience. That would begin to change in the late 1800s. Chapter 2: The Birth of Recorded Music. The modern music industry began with a groundbreaking invention. In 1877, Thomas Edison created the phonograph, the first machine capable of recording and playing back sound. For the first time in history, music could be captured and replayed. Soon after, inventors improved the technology. Records replaced cylinders, and companies began selling recorded music to the public. The first record labels emerged, including companies like Columbia Records and RCA Records. Music had officially become a commercial product. Chapter 3: The Rise of Record Labels. By the early 1900s, record labels controlled nearly every aspect of the music business. They discovered artists, recorded songs, manufactured records, promoted music, and distributed it to stores. Artists signed contracts giving labels ownership of their recordings. In return, musicians gained access to studios, marketing, and distribution. This system created the first generation of global music stars. One of the earliest legends was Louis Armstrong, whose jazz recordings transformed American music. Soon after came icons like Frank Sinatra, whose popularity helped establish the idea of the modern superstar. Music was no longer just entertainment, it was big business. Chapter 4: Radio and the Power of Airwaves. In the 1920s and 1930s, another technology revolutionized the industry: radio. Radio stations could broadcast music across entire cities and countries. Suddenly, millions of people could hear the same song at the same time. This created a powerful promotional tool for record labels. Songs played on radio stations could instantly become national hits. Radio also helped introduce new genres, including jazz, blues, country, early rock and roll music was becoming a shared global culture. Chapter 5: Rock and Roll Changes Everything. The 1950s brought a cultural explosion. A new sound called rock and roll captured the imagination of young audiences. One of the most influential figures of this era was Elvis Presley. Elvis combined rhythm and blues with country music, creating a style that shocked older generations and energized youth culture. Soon, rock music dominated the industry. Then in the 1960s, a band from Liverpool changed everything. The Beatles became the biggest musical phenomenon in history. Their success proved that music could be a global cultural force. Chapter 6: The Golden Age of the Music Business. Between the 1960s and the 1990s, the music industry experienced its golden age. Record sales exploded worldwide. New genres emerged and transformed culture: rock, soul, hip-hop, pop, electronic music. Legendary artists dominated the charts, including Michael Jackson, Prince, Madonna, Michael Jackson's album Thriller became the best-selling album of all time. Music videos, especially through MTV, turned musicians into global visual icons. The industry was worth billions, but a technological revolution was coming that would shake the entire system. Chapter 7: The Digital Disruption. In the late 1990s, the internet changed everything. Music files called MP3s allowed songs to be shared online instantly. One platform became the center of the storm: Napster. Napster allowed users to download music for free, bypassing record labels entirely. Record companies sued the platform, but the damage was already done. Physical sales of CDs collapsed. For the first time in decades, the music industry faced a crisis. Chapter 8: The Streaming Era. The industry eventually adapted by embracing digital streaming. Instead of purchasing music, listeners could stream millions of songs instantly. Companies like Spotify, Apple, through Apple Music, YouTube, transformed how music was consumed. Streaming made music more accessible than ever before. Today, billions of songs are played every day, but the streaming model also sparked debates about how much artists are paid. Chapter 9: The Role of the Artist. Behind every song is a complex network of professionals. The music industry includes songwriters, producers, recording engineers, managers, record labels, marketing teams. Some artists, like Jay-Z and Taylor Swift, have pushed for greater ownership and control of their music. Their efforts highlight the ongoing struggle between creativity and corporate power. Chapter 10: Globalization of Music. Today, music is more global than ever. Artists from around the world can reach international audiences instantly. For example, BTS brought Korean pop music to global charts. Bad Bunny helped Spanish-language music dominate streaming platforms. Music is no longer limited by geography. A song recorded anywhere can become a global hit overnight. Chapter 11: The Future of the Music Industry. The music industry continues to evolve rapidly. New technologies are shaping the future, including artificial intelligence music production, virtual concerts, blockchain ownership of music, social media-driven viral hits. Platforms like TikTok have become powerful launchpads for new artists. The next global superstar could emerge from a bedroom studio with nothing more than a laptop. Conclusion: from ancient drums to digital streaming, the music industry has undergone extraordinary transformation. What began as simple human expression became one of the most influential cultural industries on earth. Yet despite all the technology and business structures, the heart of music remains unchanged. A melody, a voice, a rhythm. Music continues to connect people across cultures, languages, and generations. And as long as humans exist, the story of music and the industry built around it will continue to evolve.